Low
Hi,
power.
I'm B-Man Almighty, and this week free on Steam is Nuclear Dawn. And for those people who are unfamiliar with Nuclear Dawn, it was a game released by, oh jeez, what was it?
Structure under attack.
By Interwave Studios in 2011, that's this year,
Structure is under attack.
in late September. September 22nd, if you want to be specific. Now, it's sort of an interesting game, I do have to say. The main thing is the RTS element that you saw at the beginning of this video. Since I was the commander, and I'm just gonna get right back inside the hot seat, which sort of causes a few problems. Especially when I'm in the hot seat. Since the purpose of the commander is in order to sort of build a base and then build out and destroy their base. The commander is probably the most important position inside there, and the problem is when he doesn't do anything. Now I do stuff, I just don't know what exactly to do. But being the commander is definitely a stressful location. In a location which I almost never want to be in. But since I'm the only one really willing to do it on most teams, and I'm very good at taking blame, I'm usually sitting in the hot seat trying to construct the base and push out. Not very good, but willing. So, yeah, if you see me inside the hot seat, just leave right away. I'm not gonna win it for you. Now the interesting thing is, so that's actually the main problem with the game, is the commander idea. Although I do have to give company, I guess, credit for trying to integrate this sort of system. So I'll just sort of leave that at that. So right about here is, I cut it off pretty soon because I immediately realize I am failing miserably. So
Structure is under attack.
the commander is sort of important. It's also sort of a hindrance because it really depends on the person inside the seat if you're gonna win or not. And inside this next clip, where I'm actually on the ground, you'll notice that sort of problem. So we flip over right about here into the first person shooter aspect, or FPS aspect. There's the commander position, and then there's the men on the ground. The men on the ground are sort of are actually the most important part of the game, because they're the people that are going to be firing on everybody and taking care of them. And they capture the resource locations in order to allow you to build bigger and better stuff, get better weapons for your guys, and ooh, I got owned there. And basically help the commander push forward and create a base. Now, here inside this video is a perfect sort of, I guess, example of what a bad commander can do to the extreme. Now, I didn't know when going into this game, but it seems that the commander, at least in this case, is not doing anything. And by not doing anything, I mean nothing at all. So, you're gonna see very quickly as this game progresses, we start doing worse and worse and worse because the other commander is actually doing stuff and creating a forward base for everybody else. Also, another thing that a commander can do that's wrong is just create turrets. One of the most important things is getting your troops up to the front line quickly and letting them stay up there by placing down a supply post, because then the longer they're up there, the more havoc they can wreak on the enemy, and the more they can actually take control of the game. Now, you're seeing that little green thing come up? That's a heat
Resource
sensor.
secured.
And this actually leads me into my next sort of important aspect of this game. Now, if you've played Battlefield 3, you sort of know this, but it's a little bit different. There are 4 different classes. There's the assault class. There's the stealth class. There's a heavy weapons class. Sorry, I don't know them off the top of my head. I haven't nearly played them enough in order to remember them all. And there's a support class. And those classes altogether have a sort of a rock, paper, scissors mechanic. Like, for example, the assault class is really good at taking care of the stealth class. The stealth class is really good at taking care of the heavy weapons class, and then there's the support class, which is really good at taking care of what the commander is putting on the field, but they're not particularly good at taking on infantry. They do have a shotgun, but unfortunately, in most games, the shotgun, you have to get so close that you're already dead because you're being fired at from a very, very far distance. And you're actually getting sort of picked off throughout the entire thing. And it definitely takes some time in order to learn how to sort of build this mechanic and learn how each class reacts in different situations, which is sort of different from Battlefield 3 in that aspect. This won't come second nature to you, I'll tell you right now. It has a very steep learning curve. If you played first-person shooters, you might get a little bit of an advantage. I do sometimes, so I had like 0 skill level when I started this. But it is a pretty good game. However, buying it, I'm sort of I'm undecided, because the other thing I really want to point out is, although it is a good game and it does know what it's doing, and the commander aspect is a nice idea, the main problem with the game is, well, the commander aspect, as I've given you, and due to the very steep learning curve that it does have, you have a lot of people quitting the game, just deciding, I can't do this, I'll go play Battlefield or Call of Duty or something I know. The very steep learning curve causes this real major problem for new players, and for that reason there's only really 2 battles going on, or at least what I've read is there's only 2 battles really going on at once, and all the other servers are just sort of dead. Just a heads up, if you are going to get it, just be sure that you know that there likely won't be very many battles unless everybody just decides to buy the game right away. And from what I've noticed, things usually revert back to normal when the game is, well, done. Right here, I just decided to quit because our commander isn't doing anything, and trying to mutiny against him wasn't working. So, see ya.